Hello, everyone. SVG's At the Rink is back for another edition. And we're with the team that unfortunately swept my beloved Rangers in last summer's NHL bubble. It's the Carolina Hurricanes. I am pleased to be joined by Chris Greenley. He's the Senior Director of CanesVision and in-game marketing. Chris, how is everything going and how's the season so far?
It's going well. Season's been up and down with starting with no fans to now having fans. So
Right.
it's been a roller coaster a little bit, but it's going well.
Awesome. Well, great to hear. Thanks for taking the time. I guess we could start there. You guys just recently brought fans back into PNC Arena. Tell me what's playing on the video board and I guess how you transitioned to having fans back because you haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah, we have a unique situation because we had some water intrusion damage to some of our systems
Okay.
while we were on furlough. So we're actually running our RSN speed on the board because we've lost the ability to have game and clock information on the video board. So that's kind of where we're starting. So that's what we see right now for our fans is what we were doing before when there were no fans for the teams. It's worked out okay. I mean, there's certain times when obviously it's not ideal if there's a bad penalty call and our coach is going ballistic. Usually we wouldn't show that, but right now it's like, well, not much I can do about it. So,
Right.
but it's going well so far in that regard.
Okay. And in terms of the lead up to having fans back into the arena, did you have any production meetings? Have they changed because you were just doing, I wouldn't say the bare minimum, but you were just doing what you needed for the team that was on the ice. But when fans started to come back, did you say, hey, we got to kind of rethink our thinking a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to add value to the fan experience, but incrementally. We couldn't just go, 100 miles an hour, given our, equipment restrictions with the damage. But we started having production meetings again with some real baseline staff. It was just me and a graphics producer and LED operator for the first set of games with no fans. So it was a two-person production. Not a lot of meetings really happened because we talk to each other all the time. And then we brought back, a couple additional operators for the fans back to have a real production meeting again. There's still nothing like what we were used to by any stretch of imagination, but there's something there, and we're trying to improve, every game, every week, with little things, whether it's bringing back a couple additional camera operators to, do some fan experience crowd shots and some, EVS opportunities during break. So that's kind of where we are.
I mentioned before you guys were in the bubble and you got past the first round. You made you played some good hockey in the bubble. Coming to this regular season, did you take any lessons from the bubble that you're using now for when you guys were in Canada playing?
Yeah, we tried to, especially with the no fans, when all we had was the TV broadcast. We tried to incorporate some of those elements that we saw in the bubble, where they would use some of the video screens and wider shots of the arena as part of the TV presentation. So we worked with our RSN to do that. And it went pretty well. It was definitely an adjustment for all of us because it was something they weren't used to, and we weren't used to kind of creating content for them specifically through those mediums.
Right.
But it went well pretty well. Pretty overall, so that's good.
Okay, good to hear. Last but not least, Chris, shout out to members on your team. It's not just you up in the control room or in the arena. There are other people that are getting the job done day in, day out. Do you want to give some shout outs to some people?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned our graphics producer. His name is Brandon Loves. He's done a great job since coming back, getting us ready for those fans coming back and events. Our engineer as well, like a guy named Brendan Rush. So Brandon and Brendan have done a great job. So definitely shout out to them. They've been a huge asset and help getting us back up and running.
Great. All right. Well, don't say those names 10 times fast and make you choose them. But Chris, other than that, I really appreciate you taking the time. Keep up the great work. Enjoy the rest of the season. You guys are, playing good hockey again, and you're getting through it as much as you can until those fans come back and the place is loud and your job will be back to normal. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully when the time is right, I can stop by Carolina and say hello.
Sounds great. Thanks, Kristian.